Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and Black Ice version 12 and the Germany campaign. And where we left off, we'd taken Poland and we'd reorganised a little bit. And I've actually put some additional motorised units into our production queue. Now, we can't really build many of these very quickly, but they're going to be very armoured. And I did see a comment the other day, actually, from someone saying, what's your fascination with light armour? Now, what I would say is, you know, I do like to play a little bit historical, and Germany did produce a very large amount of light armor in World War II. In fact, it was a majority of their military forces until, I think, until about 41, 42, when they had more Panzer IIIs and Panzer IVs available. But yeah, I do find light armor does have its use because it builds or allows you to get some really quick divisions, whereas heavy armor, which we will be building as well in a little bit. The issue is with it is that, yes, it's very strong, as you can see from these here, but the speed is shocking. And I often find that speed is probably one of the most useful traits of any particular divisions. And we're about to invade Latvia. So Latvia's just joined the Allies as a result. We're going to move that single cavalry division over there, and we'll support with some infantry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our motorized elements and our infantry to help support these attacks here towards the capital of Riga as well. So yeah, that's very good. A nice thing to kick off with, and we'll use some of these units to push up as well. And then we have some of these mountain units that are just going to act as distraction bait. So, invasion of Latvia. Now, once we take, that's it, Dugavpils, and Riga, they will capitulate pretty much immediately. So it shan't take long, hopefully, to win this. And Jesus Christ, 1,000 casualties. Bloody hell. That's ridiculous. Nearly 1,500 casualties. Bloody hell, our divisions are apparently very strong. As either that or their divisions are very weak, to be fair. That could also be a possibility. Alright, come on. Onwards and upwards. And okay, we're back up to 44, which is good. I think we have like something like 47 heavy IC off map, so I do want us to be a little bit on top of the Air Force like we were in the last episode. In fact, so there's been one bombing in Leah in the last few days. How's our repair coming? Yep, so there's another free IC due in Dusseldorf, which is taking a little bit of time. I was a bit lax really on that, but oh well, it is what it is. And yeah, a little bit of rares trade from Italy. We will definitely do that. And yet more air assets coming live, so more stuff for the defense of the homeland. Okay, and then yeah, we'll pivot all of these units like so. And I'm expecting speed to be relatively useful for us here. In fact, we've already moved in with a couple of divisions, so that's positive. In fact, we'll use that motorized unit to go north there, and then we'll actually support with that infantry division there. That's probably a little bit more worthwhile. And then, yeah, we can support that attack with those infantry there, and then we are covering the flanks in that part of the world. Taking these fort positions, not a bad thing at all. In fact, did we catch all of those naval units? Because there's another opportunity to catch some more now. So we might well do that, although we probably won't have any time to actually fight them, to be fair. So a little bit of leadership. Every little helps for our officer ratio, which didn't really take much of a dent. We're nearly at 100,000 officers, actually. That's quite something. Okay. Right. All steam ahead. So, yeah, my wrist is still giving me a little bit of problems, but it is slowly improving. I've actually got my first physio appointment tomorrow, so hopefully that will go well. But yeah, we'll get there, I'm sure. And yeah, you've not got anything to fight there, so you know what? We'll move you back down south. And I need to do a little bit of like unit naming work soon. Okay, so Saldus, yeah, a little tiny attack there that we needed to get dealt with. 46 hours before they can attack again, so a little bit slow, but not the end of the world. We actually need to round out you with like a mixed support brigade or something, to be honest, or like a recon unit, because yeah, you're missing something. Okay, amphibious unit training, which I'm happy to let run. Battlefield modified armor. And yeah, let's start doing some of the air techs. Now, I'm also watching at the moment the Handmaid's Tale, which is I must say, an interesting TV show. It's a bit sad, to be honest. Like, it's I must say the takeover of the whole, like, I won't give too much away, but effectively a religious fascist state rises in the United States, and I'm not very convinced by how quickly, like, some of the decisions some of the characters make in the show is a little bit dumb, but I mean, it's watchable, you know, as far as things go. Like, there's definitely worse TV shows out there than that, but yeah, some of it's a bit strange with some of the stuff that it's doing, but hey, sometimes strange is good. But I've generally avoided watching it over the years because I wasn't that sure about it, but it's been worthwhile watching, I would say. I think I prefer Man in a High Castle for like dystopian, horrific, you know, like worlds and stuff, but that's just personal preference, because obviously I love World War II. Okay, so 1942, and let's do heavy bomber prototype. Yeah, we'll do some of the ones that are a little bit more difficult to do first, and then just kind of move from there. Let's take that infantry unit there, and then we can just kind of build up from that spot. We've kind of caught them a little bit flat-footed, which is good. We're just waiting for Dietrich to get in. In fact, kind of tempted to... So we are going to use you for ground attack, and then we're going to use runway cratering with you. Because we want to try and take out their planes on the ground if we can. And how quick are you going? Bit slow. A little bit slow. Slower than I'd like. But not awful. And Dietrich's getting involved there. And some Partisan. Which hopefully our little train unit will be able to deal with. And yeah, there's a little bit more production freed up there, and we should have the Blucher out soon, which is equally brilliant. we go. Going a little bit quicker now after a bit of a slow start. Okay, and no little counterattacks there to be worried about. And we are getting a little bit of shore bombardment bonus. Only 10%, but every little helps. Okay, so direct fire and artillery unit command and control. Now, I'm assuming they're all at 40 level. So there's a whole host of different techs there that we want to get. And I think that's a new air wing setup. Lovely. And how's Dusseldorf doing? Yep. You're at 2, so it's getting there. Okay, and we are beating that back. Slowly but surely. And I must say, it is a relatively kind of feels like a relatively positive defense at the moment from the Latvians, considering. And we have managed to cut off a relatively sizable amount of troops over here in the Courland area. Another unit freed up. In fact, let's help break through there. And yet another plane. Good. Love that. Build up everything that we can. And another IC will be due out soon. Even better. And they are winning that battle, which is good. And we've nearly completed that encirclement. There we go. So that should be the end of any organised resistance in the capital before too long. The encirclement bonus is going to cause them no end of trouble. And we're finishing off a little infantry brigade attachment over there. And yeah, garrisons are pretty good in a well fortified position. That's probably one of their only uses. But yeah, that's pretty much all they have going for them. And there's the Blucher. So the Blucher rounds out the last of our naval forces. So we've got 3 relatively strong task forces, enough to give the Royal Navy a bit of a bloody nose, at least, as long as we keep our naval forces broadly together and out from kind of really bad situations. Definitely finishing that off. Hopefully we'll have this done by the end of October, just based on the speed at which we're winning some of these battles. And, you know, every little bit of experience helps. Okay, there's the Battle of Riga complete. Let's hold some of these units back. Just concentrate on the one unit that we've got going in. you should be there soon. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it does look like we'll get this done before the turn of the month. So that's a big positive. Von Falkenhorst will be there. We've already won that battle very nicely. We've a series of battles that we're going to be undertaking by the looks of it. Okay, so there goes Latvia. So I'm going to drop a little save here because we just had another victory and it was relatively quick. We'll take a quick victory. Part of our ongoing work to secure the Baltics. Okay, so that's good. Now, the question mark becomes, next, the invasion of Estonia. So, you can split Estonia to 2 victory points. And I think what we want to do is we probably want to use you in a northern push, along with probably you. And probably also this guy's group. Then we will use you in that endeavor as well. And then we'll use you guys to do the hills work over here. So that gets all those units reorganized. Let's briefly put the coastal battleships and things into port. And yeah, if the Americans want to give us some more money, we will do it. And that conquest should also get us a little bit more in relation to our industrial capacity, because we've just taken Riga, which only had 2. I mean, let's have a quick look at what they had to offer. So they had 2 industry here, they had 2 industry here, and they had 1 here. So they have 5 industry. It's not a great deal, but it's similar in size and scope to one of their neighbours. But they did have a relatively large amount of, like, they had a heavy aircraft or medium aircraft factory, some armaments factories, some capital shipyards, which is interesting. So it wasn't completely useless. Okay. And the Baltic Sea has just been frozen, which is going to cause us to hemorrhage metal. But that's not awful. It could be worse. And a couple more planes. And yeah, Garland. I mean, Paul Lemerit, Iron Cross, Superior Air Tactician. Yeah, we'll do that. That guy sounds like he's fit for the task. And yeah, the next job will be to invade Estonia and get that finished up pretty quickly. If we can take Estonia out as well before the turn of the year, I reckon that might lock the Soviets out from getting all of this land. But we'll see. We'll see on that. It does generate a rather large border with them, so we're going to need to be a little bit careful. But it does, you know, it would cause them to kind of do some weird things, probably AI-wise. Spread their units out, even more than they're already doing. And we don't need to do much. You know, you can dedicate a relatively small amount of forces from here in order to achieve what we want to do. So we will pay the industry, because we've got the money to. And we will... that's going to... Do we need to do this right now? Probably not this time. I don't want to lose industrial efficiency when we've got relatively decent production and stockpiles of resources at the moment. Because losing that amount of industrial efficiency ain't going to be good when we're trying to get different units and things out into the world. Okay, and you should be stopping your runway catering mission and your ground attack mission. So you can repair 4 a day. So you can't repair pretty much everything, but you can repair some of it. Okay, monsoon's over. And yeah, I don't want to do any trades where I'm responsible for the convoy, because that's what gets my convoys sunk. And yeah, we'll take an army command. They're of limited combat worth, but they're worth something. Oh. And then we'll move up Hellingbrunner up towards Riga, and he can start to be the stopgap there. And then we'll move you there. You can go there, and you can go to Ape. Go ape shit. And how long until you're ready to attack? 55 days. So, or 55 hours. Sorry, not 55 days. Jesus Christ, that would be quite something. I'm gonna reinforce this battle because it's taking an age, and this guy's only slowly winning it. Right, fighter ground control at 40 level. Happy with that. And yeah, we probably want to use a little bit more for twin engine fighters. In fact, we'll take a couple of these. Some of this stuff will be finishing very soon. I would wager into 1940, because right now it's being brought down by our lack of, well, being in that particular year, because that does make a substantial difference. And yeah, so we do have a little bit of revolt risk, but it could be worse. God, 55 hours for them. There's quite a lot of units that are going to take quite some time to get ready, unfortunately. That's probably the only major negative thing at the moment. And it's a very distracting. I'm currently like watching the like text chat on YouTube for, I think it's a Man United game, and Jesus, it sounds, it doesn't seem like they're doing very well against Newcastle. I don't know what the score is, but just based on what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like they're doing very well. Yeah. It's fun watching Man United fail. Like, it is enjoyable for every other football fan in the world. So some of this will be rebuilt soon. And we are getting a little bit of oil if we take Estonia. There's some oil fields here. So that's something. That's a little tiny thing to be thankful about. Right, so, military police advance. Yeah, and we will do home front coordination because the unit cooperation is quite good. It's always worth getting that. And it is a 39 level tech. Okay, and hopefully you guys are in place soon. Yeah, okay, that's good. So, looks like we did get a victory over that little partisan uprising. And I want our spies to start doing some more things soon, to be honest with you. We're going to start working on Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. Although Iraq, we might be able to... Yeah, I mean, by the time they're moving towards us, which is good. Bulgaria's drifting towards... So why... Provinces are the cause of Bulgaria. Oh, great. Okay, so... You're going towards us. Latvia was mega close to us. So... Let's see what we can do to knock out these lads in a minute. So 86, 89 hours once you're in place. I mean, to be honest, we don't even need to wait. We could just go for it. So Estonia are all the way over there. They can't go into the Allies, naturally. Okay, and 11 hours for you. I bet there's some other divisions that are a little bit slow. 3 hours, yeah. We'll just wait for everyone to get organised. Just the 15th. Okay, let's launch this second invasion then. So, Estonia, we want to declare a limited war and we want to conquer you. You've joined the Allies, as expected. And we're going to rush some tanks up this way. Get started on that. We will use these divisions here to kick forwards like that, and we'll lose the units like this to go in that direction as well, and then we'll use some infantry to help push like so, and then we just got some minor cleanup duties to do with you once you're ready to kick into gear. But I would imagine that our divisions will be able to easily steamroll all of this. They've got a single infantry brigade and some cavalry to oppose us. Okay, the production queue is starting to get a little bit more as I would want it. You know, we're starting to pivot a little bit more towards the military. That's the main thing. Okay, so a little victory there. They've already lost combat cohesion. Nearly 1,000 losses. It's a pretty sizable amount of a small nation like this is manpower. So yeah, we've got a standard war goal on to conquer. And yeah, let's go use our ships to just provide a little bit of offshore support. And no, Nicaragua, we don't want fuel. Okay, back at 400, so nearly 90% of the production queue being done, with some naval bombers and things due out soon. No, I just don't want to do that. Okay, so we are being slowed a little bit, and we can get a brief look at what's in the capital. It looks like a lot of garrisons to be expected. Yeah, our forces are quickly moving in the right way. I'm projecting this will probably take 5 to 7 days on the slower end. And yeah, I'm all for launching that ship. All for it. Whilst we advance on Tartu. And yeah, a little bit slow maybe in the initial push here. There's a light infantry division over here, and it's actually a well-rounded light infantry unit, so it might cause us a little bit of trouble for a few hours. Right, first of these units have just kicked on, so an initial attack there is going well. And no thank you. We are not doing that badly on fuel to where we need fuel trades. So spearheaded by our tanks. Yeah, we've already got a victory. Okay, and yeah, there's that garrison unit over there. And yeah, both of these divisions are now moving up, which is exactly what we wanted. So, probably their two strongest divisions here is what's currently holding us off. Although, we just got a really secure victory there, which is good. And yeah, 13 money for that amount of rares seems like a very fair trade. If someone wants to do a medal trade, that would be lovely. And we're closing in on where our naval assets are at now. In fact, oh no, you do have horse transport, so I was wondering what that unit was missing. Okay, so completed nearly a little encirclement in this part of the world. In the Tartu area. And I would say we're on track for our deadlines. Von Foma's about 60 hours away from being able to commence his next attack. A little bit of progress towards some traits, but nothing too much yet. Okay, and a nice push just finished up there, which is lovely. A little counter-attack though from that division there, which I'm not very happy with, and don't need rares. I could just do with normal metal now, world, if you'd be so kind. Okay, and then I think we've just won the battle at Tartu, which we can start moving on Narva now. And then, yeah, a little bit of a Panzer I push. And then hopefully these infantry divisions will commence their attack pretty soon. Okay, doing a good job of protecting our flank. And hopefully we're doing a good job of beating this division, or these set of divisions here, into that location. That would be lovely. Okay, so we do have some bomber support, and we are going to launch a ground attack. They don't appear to have a huge amount of planes. And we can reorganize the 50th Division, and I say that's fine. Okay, we're up to 80 now on that. So a couple of the tank units have just kicked in. Okay, and they did have a little bit of organization because they weren't overrun. So this is going to now be a fight to the bitter end. But subjected to encirclements and other issues, I don't think these units are going to last particularly long. Although the organization isn't ticking down that quickly. So maybe they'll last a bit longer than I give them credit for. And we are starting to get the encirclement of that capital area out the way. And, oh, some infantry finishing up. But we, like, lost production for some reason from that. This game sometimes, it confounds. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Right, Rakivir, and then, you know what, we'll use that infantry unit there to go in that direction. And Dietrich is making his slow and steady progress. Ponderous, even. This is a wintertime attack, to be fair. And it's proper winter, so that is worth noting. I think our bombings will be helping to do a lot of the work. And yeah, we are slowly but surely dissolving all of the pockets. In fact, it'll be interesting to see if Tartu or the capital fall first. Because the capital's units don't seem to be faring all that well at the moment. Like a house, like a deck of cards, they're starting to fall. And we've got 10 divisions in now. On a two-pronged attack. Especially with bomber support. Right, air-based strike tactics. And yeah, flying boat prototype. All of that's good to get an early start on. Klostner's got 15 hours before he can attack. Von Hubenike is making a quick bit of progress. And Dietrich is slowly and steadily getting into position. And yeah, a few units and things have been caught in the peninsula, and we just took Tallinn. It looks like it'll be a bit slow to get in there, but let's take you now. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. At least these divisions will get a little bit of love. And you know what? Let's ground attack with you because it's taken a little bit longer than I would have liked with both of these units to liquidate this pocket. Just won the battle at Tallinn. Let's put all of you in that direction and then Go like so. Okay, a little naval confrontation. Hopefully our ships will be up to the task of defeating a single submarine. We can live in hope. That does look like it. Let's see if we can't chase them down and get this job done. And that's a little bit more leadership as well. As always, every little helps. And yeah, the bombers have turned that tide of battle. Can get you to do a little bit of ground attack work just in that last battle that we've got going on for the capitulation. Hopefully it will not take too long. And Dietrich's getting a little bit more experience as well. Ah. Caught a load of units and up to 46 heavy IC impact. So all of this is adding up nicely. It's what we want to see. And I'm happy we caught some of those Polish ships. Right, how are you doing? Alright, let's move them north. And by the end of the day, hostilities will be finalized, I think. Gotta say, that infantry put up a pretty stiff fight. So, that's something. So, bow rams, just enforced conquer on Estonia. Okay, and we just destroyed that ship, so that submarine's now gone. Okay, and we've got a little bit more leadership as well, so do 1940 there. And we are doing a little bit of everything. Right, I think I'm going to call it an episode there, because we conquered the Baltics. When we come back, we will start to do a little bit more build-up of some of our divisions, start organising some of our armies and things. Currently, I've got a load of kind of units here that I'm waiting on finishing up. But when those are done, we'll have another 4 tank divisions built, which is nice, to supplement our existing tank forces. But we might want to do some upgrades and things in the interim now for a little bit. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next episode. Thanks again. Bye-bye.